Welcome to the More Better blog and podcast, where we explore the notion of how doing more of the things that make us happy leads to a better, fuller life. Today, our episode is titled Tweak Number 2, Prioritizing Protein in Our First Meal of Every Day. I am your host, Eleanor Porter. This is the full detail version with a listen time of approximately 10 minutes. For a quick overview, the summary version with a listen time of approximately 3 minutes is also available. Let us begin. We are deep into our series on the 5 lifestyle tweaks for longevity, anchored in the framework presented by the BBC Future article from earlier this year. We have already covered the importance of breaking up sedentary time with movement snacks. Today, we are moving from the living room to the kitchen. We are discussing tweak number 2, the protein first morning. To understand why this tweak is so critical for healthy aging and cognitive preservation, we first have to look at the standard American breakfast. Walk down the aisle of any grocery store, and you will see the options. Colorful boxes of cereal, bagels, muffins, biscuits, and instant oatmeal packets. What do all of these have in common? They are primarily refined carbohydrates and sugar. According to Allegra Picano, a registered dietitian nutritionist at Henry Ford Health, this creates a nutritional mismatch. She notes that while Americans often consume plenty of protein, we tend to backload it at dinner. We might have a large steak or chicken breast in the evening, but our mornings are fueled by starch. The tweak we are proposing is not to eat more food, but to redistribute it. Picano advises that a healthier approach is to spread our protein intake evenly throughout the day, starting specifically with breakfast. The physiology of the morning crash. Why does the timing matter? It comes down to glucose regulation. When we consume a breakfast high in refined carbohydrates, say a bagel with jam, our digestive system breaks that down into glucose very quickly. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar. In response, the pancreas releases a surge of insulin to clear that sugar. The result is often an overcorrection. Your blood sugar plummets. Picano explains that this cycle leaves you feeling tired and hungry shortly after eating. You might recognize this as the mid-morning fog or the sudden urge to snack at 10:30 a.m. Protein acts as a stabilizer. Picano notes that trading refined carbs for healthy proteins helps control this roller coaster. In fact, after a high-protein breakfast, blood sugar can remain lower and more stable for up to 4 hours. For the aging brain, this stability is non-negotiable. Our neurons are voracious consumers of energy, but they cannot store it. They rely on a steady stream of glucose from the bloodstream. When your blood sugar crashes, your cognitive function, your ability to focus, recall words, and solve problems, crashes with it. By prioritizing protein, you are essentially switching your brain from a volatile fuel supply to a slow-burning, efficient one. Sarcopenia and the building block effect. There is a second, equally important reason to prioritize protein: muscle preservation. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. This isn't just about looking toned, it is about function and safety. Muscle is what keeps us distinct from frailty. It protects our joints and maintains our balance. Protein is the essential nutrient that acts as a building block for these tissues, as well as for our bones and skin. Picano emphasizes that a diet rich in protein is vital for muscle health. Furthermore, muscle tissue is metabolically active. The more muscle mass you build, the faster your metabolism remains, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight as you age. Here is where the numbers get interesting and why we need to look beyond the basic guidelines. The official recommended dietary allowance, or RDA, is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. For a 150-pound person, that is about 55 grams per day. However, it is vital to understand that the RDA is a minimum to prevent deficiency, not an optimum for thriving. For actively preventing sarcopenia and supporting muscle health as we age, many experts and gerontologists now recommend aiming higher, typically 1.0 to 1.2 grams per kilogram. For that same 150-pound person, that means aiming for roughly 70 to 80 grams of protein daily. To hit that higher target, you cannot eat it all at dinner. The body can only utilize so much protein at one time for muscle synthesis, typically around 20 to 30 grams per meal. If you skip protein at breakfast, you miss a critical window for muscle repair that you cannot make up for later. This makes that morning target of 20 to 30 grams the sweet spot we are aiming for. Practical application beyond bacon. So how do we translate this into a Tuesday morning routine? When we think of high protein, we often default to traditional diner food, bacon and sausage. Picano warns against going overboard here. While meat can be protein-dense, processed meats like bacon and sausage are high in saturated fats and sodium. Regular consumption has been linked to increased risks of colon cancer and other health issues. The goal is to diversify. Picano encourages us to find protein in plant-based sources and whole grains. Here are a few science-backed, dietitian-approved combinations. The yogurt upgrade. Plain Greek yogurt is an excellent source of protein. To boost it further, you can add hemp seeds. Picano highlights hemp seeds as a great plant-based source that can be sprinkled on yogurt or cereal. Just 3 tablespoons provide 10 grams of protein. The savory toast. Instead of jam, try whole wheat bread with nut butter or, as Picano suggests, top whole grain toast with smashed avocado and hemp seeds. This provides healthy fats alongside the protein. The power. Oatmeal. Oatmeal is a heart-healthy start, but on its own, it is largely carbohydrate. Top it with chopped nuts or stir in a scoop of protein powder or Greek yogurt to balance the meal. The breakfast burrito. If you prefer a hot breakfast, a burrito with black beans and eggs offers a fiber-rich, high-protein alternative to sausage. 2 eggs provide about 12 grams of protein, a great foundation to build upon. The Henry Ford Health article makes a crucial point about balance. As we focus on protein, we must not lose sight of other nutrients. We still need the micronutrients found in fruits and vegetables. A perfect plate might be 2 eggs with a side of spinach, or a smoothie that blends fruit with yogurt and hemp seeds. The psychological benefit, satiety. Finally, let's touch on the behavioral aspect of this tweak. Protein has a high satiety index. It keeps you feeling fuller for longer. Picano notes that because protein is so satisfying, getting enough of it in the morning may help you make healthier choices for the rest of the day. If you are full and satisfied after breakfast, you are less likely to graze on unhealthy snacks at 11 a.m. This simple biological signal, I am full, can be a powerful tool in weight management and metabolic health. Your weekly challenge. For this week, I invite you to conduct a personal experiment. Look at your current breakfast. If it is toast and coffee, calculate the protein. It is likely under 10 grams. Try to bump that number up to 20 grams for just 3 days. Maybe you have a hard-boiled egg on the side. Maybe you switch to Greek yogurt. Pay attention to how you feel at 11 a.m. Is your focus sharper? Is your mood more stable? That stability is the feeling of a brain that is well-fueled. It is a small investment in the morning that pays dividends all day long. Next week, we will explore tweak number 3, social snacking. We will look at why saying hello to a stranger might be as important for your immune system as taking a vitamin. Until then, nourish yourself well. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm Eleanor Porter. Please join me next week for our next deep dive. Until then, be well.